extreme outside. Black Nap's down the middle of the course. Black Nap's now playing fetch over the last 100. Matterhorn's on the grandstand side. Matterhorn and Black Nap come together. Black Nap just beat Matterhorn. Favour, Silver Host and Bayberry. War of Athena waits in third. Centered Mistress is in fourth. Princess Calla fifth. Athena's going to go in at the 400-meter marker. Netta now takes on Only the Brave. War of Athena. Princess Calla looks for a way through. Hands and heel stuff. Grant Van Niekerk's coming home. War of Athena, though, has her battle armor on, and she's feeding her focus, not her distraction, and she'll come out tops. Princess Calla and Centered Mistress behind these runners. Just when Princess Calla moved up, War of Athena put them to sleep.
I'd like to thank Mickey Goss of Summerhill Stud selling it to us, and yeah, I know he would be very proud of that.
These days it seems like the best way to get an event into the limelight is to back it yourself, and we're very grateful that Gold Circle have had the vision to sponsor the horse of the season. And we have to start with your father's horse, Linebacker, who's been victorious today in the Daily News 2000, adding to his win in the Guineas early on in the season. He has to get the award for May without any shadow of doubt.
Yes, Andrew, yeah, this month I think it's been an absolute whirlwind. It's stuff of dreams. That's what means so much to all of us. When you have a horse like that, not only from the Cape Summer season, to then come through the Guineas and the Daily News. My dad hasn't won the Vodacom Durban July, and obviously this is his biggest chance to win it. And to run 1-2, you know, Riscallion as well, to run second. He ran second in the Johnson Workwear Cape Derby, and then to come out and run second in the Daily News 2000. He's now got two big runners for the Vodacom Durban July. But yeah, May, that's a Group 2 and a Group 1. There's no other horses running in two of those graded races. So for me, I think that's he's a shoo-in there.
Obviously, Rainbow Bridge was mighty impressive in the Driller Hall Stakes. That was a grade 2, adding to his second victory in the Met. Obviously, that was in January. Probably be the most impressive older horse we've seen out in May.
Absolutely, his win in the iOS Driller Hall Stakes was ultra impressive. A distance very much short of his best. He's played bridesmaid a couple of times now in big races, but his performance in the Met, the Cape Town Met this year, was superb. This is probably his best shot at the Vodacom Durban July as well. So he's going to be cherry ripe. He's obviously going to be involved in the Hollywood Bets Gold Challenge in June. But I think for Linebacker's sake, we're lucky that he didn't have a Group 1 in May as well. Otherwise, it would have been a very, very difficult task to separate those two. So we still got to see the best of Rainbow Bridge to come.
You've opened a very interesting door for me now on the subject of Grade 1, Grade 2, because both the filly Captain's Ransom and War of Athena have now won 2 Grade 1 races, obviously with the fillies Guineas being Grade 1 in Cape Town and the Mallorca Stakes against older fillies. But I think the Classic and the way that War of Athena won the Woolhavington this afternoon, plus the Triple Tiara under her belt, would weight her very, very slightly ahead of Captain's Ransom at this moment.
And there's still races to come, Andrew. For champion season, you know, Justin Snaith has already said that Captain's Ransom is going to be aimed at the Johnson Workwear Garden Province Stakes on Vodacom Durban July Day. War of Athena, after her win in the Triple Tiara and winning today so impressively, she's definitely a big runner in the Vodacom Durban July as well, if they choose to go that route. I think for all racing enthusiasts, we'd love to see two of those 3-year-old fillies actually match up against each other, perhaps in the Garden Province Stakes and the Johnson Workwear Garden Province Stakes. But I have the feeling that War of Athena will take a tilt at the Vodacom Durban July, and it's, well, for champion 3-year-old filly, I wouldn't want to be trying to make that choice. I think it will depend on how they perform on Vodacom Durban July Day and which races they run in.
Well, basically it's hers to lose now, because got the green light, cemented himself as the champion 3-year-old last season by running such a courageous race in the Vodacom Durban July at worse than weight for age terms behind Bulgarian, having won 2 Grade 1 races already, the Daily News and of course the Classic. And you know, that beggars the point. Horse of the year, should it be on points, should it be on sentiment? But the most important thing is the emotion of people, and the weight of Grade 1 races, particularly weight for age races?
Everyone's going to have an opinion, Andrew, and unfortunately, without a set point system, it's always going to be up to people's opinion, whether the decision is right, whether it's wrong. Yeah, we're just dying to see those two fillies match up against each other. Whether that happens in champion season or we have to wait till the Cape Summer season, you know, that's what keeps us coming back to the racecourse, keeps us our eyes on racing, is these kind of matchups. And I don't know, I've got to think back a hell of a long time to remember a time where we've had so many really great horses that haven't matched up against each other. You know, with the Vodacom Durban July still to come, we've got some of these 3-year-olds, and it looks like a great crop of 3-year-olds to match up against the older horses, the likes of Rainbow Bridge, the likes of Do It Again, Got the Green Light. These are all fantastic horses, fantastic champions, and we're going to see very quickly where the lie of the land is, how good this 3-year-old crop actually is. And that goes for the fillies as well. To try and make a decision between those two, I don't know how you do it.
Finally, Gold Circle Television, obviously it's got a very big viewership. It's comparable to any of the best channels in horse racing at the moment, and obviously that gives you a window to the world because it is broadcast around the world. But I think social media is also extremely important in getting your message out there, particularly the niche market.
Absolutely, Andrew. As you mentioned earlier, the horse racing industry has suffered from media coverage, and that part of that is a factor of COVID. We know it was always our vision that social media channels would be the future of broadcasting horse racing, and
on demand.
Absolutely on demand, and we've made a concerted effort to improve our social media coverage, try and give the public, you know, the magazine shows, the interviews with trainers, the interviews with jockeys, the coverage of racing, pictures, everything is there free to view on Gold Circle social media channels, as well as all of the replays of all of our racing. There's extended replays, there's replays which are summary versions of just the race. The extended ones obviously include the interviews as well. So there's something for everyone there to try and keep them in the industry and keep them attracted to the industry, because that's our biggest challenge, is attracting new people to this industry. And obviously the younger market is where we need to be looking at, and social media is the platform to attract that younger market.
Stephen, I'd like to say thank you for affording me the hospitality of Gold Circle. It's been a pretty tough 14 months, but it just feels so wonderful to be back here at Grable, and fitting that quite possibly the Equus Awards will be decided here at the end of July.
There's still a lot of racing to come. There's this sprint day, Golden Horse Sprint Day coming up at Scottsville. We've got the Hollywood Bets Gold Challenge race day coming up, and then Vodacom Durban July Day and Gold Cup Day as well. You know, champion season is exactly that. It's where the champions are made or they are confirmed. We've got a lot of champions this year. This year it's on the last day of the racing season, fittingly, and you probably find a lot of those Equus Awards are going to be decided on that final day. So it's really building up to be a pinnacle event this year for champion season and for the whole racing season.
Linebacker, gate 6, blue sleeves and cap. Going to look for some cover early on. It'll be interesting to see the tactics here going behind the drill at the 1600. In behind these runners, a linebacker 5 lengths off the leaders. Russian Rock towards the inside, the grey Rascallion. Flying Carpet. Second base, Copper Mountain. They further back in the running, the Gatekeeper and Full Blast. Linebacker creeps a length closer. He's on the heels of Kometi Dung. Rascallion and Russian Rock. Second base, 9-10 lengths to go. Kometi Dung starts his run, and Linebacker comes to the extreme outside. At the 300-meter marker, Linebacker starts to come alive. Kometi Dung's along the inside. Linebacker's about to hit the front. Kometi Dung's going to make a race of it. Linebacker and Kometi Dung over the last 100. An eye-popping performance from Linebacker. Rascallion, Kometi Dung, and second base. He's Date with Destiny, taking it to another level. Linebacker in a league of his own, and what makes the win even more impressive, he made his run up the outside, he hangs to the inside, the captain of all, Vaughan Marshall, the Gabblers, the Trooters, Claverflay Stud, and they win. Here's Grant Van Niekerk producing linebacker. He reels off the hat-trick. The punch in the air goes off at R1.90. So the punters say, Pepe, number 6, linebacker.
It would be wrong of me not to mention the sponsors, the Daily News sponsors, as well as Gold Circle. And everybody here in Durban, because I said it earlier when I spoke to Warren, but every time we come, we don't feel like outsiders. We feel like part of the Durban setup, and that's an amazing feeling. And we love coming to Durban, and we'll be back.
Enjoy the moment today. Celebrate hard. We'll see you in a month's time. Well done to everybody. Hearty congratulations. Linebacker has won the Daily News.